Well. What's up, guys? Whoa, don't mean to move you there. First off, this week, can you all hear me fine and see me fine? Let me know. And we will get into it. We all good, guys? Somebody say yes, you can hear me and see me, please. Awesome. All right, so we'll let a few other people get in here, but I'll start out by saying, keeping my fingers crossed here, that we've got a new setup here. I hope it looks good, sounds good, everything. It's my birthday week, I'll just say. My birthday is sometime this week, and kind of celebrating it today with my family, and that was this ultra badass Mac Pro MacBook, the best you can get with the most memory and all that craziness. And we've got camera hooked up, we've got our Yeti mic and all that, and it should be coming across just great. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it makes your viewing of this channel better. So I spent the last 2 days getting ready for this, and I'm hoping it's looking good. A few snafus at the last minute because you don't know until you start the broadcast whether or not things are going to work. And I had to download Chrome real quick, kinds of stuff. So, and I'm getting a video ready. We're going to do the video premiere right after this again, like we did last week. I thought that was pretty cool. What do you guys think? It was cool. A bunch of guys jumped right into the video, and you get to chat along with it. So it's kind of like showing stuff, which you can't do on a live stream on there, and being able to talk along with it. So it's pretty cool. I think everybody that was involved and went over there for the premiere of the video really liked it. And we did it on a bunch of different rifles other than 7.62. So we did one even on a 5.56 AK. We had an X95 Tavor. We had the Set Me and a couple ARs, a shorty and stuff. And it was cool. Just a little video on what, when you're wanting to save your 7.62 steel case, but you still want to go to the range and have fun with replaceable ammo. And 5.56 seems to be everywhere today. So we did that, and it was real cool. Speaking of ammo, let's jump into this right away. Palmetto State comes out with an announcement that they are going to be making steel case 7.62 by 39. They are one of the players that's going to jump in and try and fill that gap that's been opened up now that they've banned steel case ammo. So we've got, those existing Form 6s coming in for the next year or two. And that kind of coincides with Palmetto State Armory wanting to kick it off somewhere around 2009, 7.62 by far. And one other, I think, 5.45, which that's huge in itself, right? So that's awesome news. And I'm sure there's going to be many more players jumping in. So, price will still be to be announced. But I'm sure, it's going to have to meet that market demand. It's people aren't going to pay brass prices for steel. So I'm sure they're taking that into account. But, hey, it's going to fill that void, and that's really welcome news. Some good news for a change, right? So, really thought that was some awesome news to hear. Let's jump into the chat here before we get into things. Let me get up into here if I can figure it out here. There we go. So Joe made it in first. I'll have you guys know Joe was in almost an hour early. He wasn't going to be beat this week. Not at all. So he got in there. Finally, The Rock has come back to the live stream. I've been back. You guys have missed a few. If you haven't seen them, we did a couple, and they've been a lot of fun. So I'm glad to be back, and it's cool to be doing it here with my birthday going on and everything. Let's see what else we got. Chase Kelly, I was first to hit the button. Orion Fixer's in here. Good to have you. Joe must have been losing, not being first a couple of times. Yep. What else we got here? Who else is in here? So Joe, Orion Fixer, Chase Kelly's in. Joe, I want my Sam 5. I don't blame you, Joe. Tommy Gun's in here. Who else? MZ's in the house. All good. The furniture on that Sam. Oh, so you noticed the picture. I put up a picture of the Sam 5 on the intro to this live stream. And I didn't think about it, but I kind of gave it away. I wanted to see who noticed. I bought a set of furniture. I don't know if you guys can go back and see the picture or not, but typical milled Bakelite handguard and gas tube cover, but a real Bulgarian salmon stock and pistol grip. And usually, guys, when you find these salmon stocks and all, they are in horrible shape. I mean, beat to hell. And sorry, guys. Beat to hell, and they just look terrible. And I found just a mint set. All came together, and I was thinking about putting it with some 40-round Bakelite mags. I have 7.62, but then I'm looking at this Sam 5 thinking, man, that would really, you take a gun that 5.56, it's, throws you off a little bit being an AK, and you put that on it, and it just makes it feel right. So it's really cool. We're going to do a video on that and bring you that Sam 5. We've been really working that gun out a little bit, and we were shooting iron sights at 200 yards with it, and I don't know, about a pie plate size group with iron sights at 200 consistently, like nothing. We've kind of completely gotten away from 100-yard shooting and went all to 200 yards, 200 meters. And, that's the only way you get better. If you guys can find a range where you can get out there and stretch things out a bit and get out of your comfort zone, whether that comfort zone is, 25 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards, whatever that comfort zone is, get out of it. Get out to 200, get out to 300, 400. Guys, if you're consistently hitting at 400 or printing nice groups at 300 or 400, guess what? When you go down to 200, 200's nothing. And 100, that's child's play, So get out there, work on that. It helps improve your sight acquisition. It really helps you improve your sight picture. You concentrate a lot more on having a repeatable sight picture and making everything with the mounting of the gun and everything repeatable, so that there's no parallax with, let's say, a red dot or a low power adjustable scope or something. And it teaches you a lot. So when you get down to those CQB ranges or even 100 yards, it's nothing. It's so easy. So make sure you're stretching that comfort zone out on your shooting. If you don't have a 200-yard, 300-yard range, guys, places to shoot are out there. I used to say this when we were looking for land to hunt on. We'd go pheasant hunting. And we were kids, 16, 17, 18, and we'd drive around looking for farms to let us hunt. And we'd walk up, ring the doorbell, and respectfully introduce ourselves and tell them who we were, why we were there, and offer to do any jobs for them, whatever. in exchange for hunting. And you can do the same for shooting. You might think if you live in a urban area that, oh, who's going to let you do that? But you get out into rural areas, people, farmers, landowners are still very accepting and very open if you appear and are responsible and approach them that way, asking for permission and offering something in exchange. We always brought, year after year, we met some people that would allow us to hunt. And year after year, they always wanted these pizzas from Chicago, and we'd bring them pizzas. And God, they looked forward to us coming out every weekend in the fall hunting, and we were happy to bring them. And it was a great place. So don't be afraid to ask. Just do it in the right manner. Approach them the right way. If something's not comfortable for you, it might not be comfortable for them. So, pulling in a driveway fast and tearing up their drive or something, and pulling up and yelling out the car window might seem like, man, who are these guys? But maybe you stop for lunch in a small town and you ask a few people and you get to know people, whatever. It pays to scout around before season, before you want to go shooting, whatever. And most farmers, tell you the truth, a lot of them have a place where they sight in their rifles or whatever. And they might just be open to it, or tell them what you got. Maybe they'd like to shoot them too. So you never know till you ask. That's all you can do, but it's not a bad idea to try. I gotta shut off these things. Everything is dinging and beeping here. So everybody's telling me happy birthday. MZ's here. I can't read this. Fun robber, fire robber. I don't have my glasses in this new computer. This is one problem. Everything's way too small. I got to figure out a way to make this stuff bigger here so I can read it all. Atlantic Firearms released a statement on it, on the ammo. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing. How cool to have steel case built here. People would complain about Russian ammo being unreliable or not consistent. And frankly, I don't find that to be the case. I've seen tests done where they'll fire 10 rounds of one brand, 10 rounds of another. And there are some with some pretty good variances. But we're not talking about precision ammo here either. If you checked a white box Winchester, would it be much better? I don't know. I think the old wives' tale, you ask any FUD at a gun shop and he'll tell you can't hit the broadside of a barn with an AK, that it's junk, right? Well, I think the same thing goes for the ammo. A lot of people think it's just garbage. Well, I don't find that to be the case. I find several brands to be first of all, Russian ammo in general has been ultra reliable for me. The one you always heard the most about was Tula, seemed to be. And I haven't had those problems with Tula. They do have sometimes a harder primer, but I've never, God, I can count on, and I'm talking tens of thousands of rounds, right? And I can probably count on two hands how many times a round's been bad. I mean, I had one box of Silver Bear one time that, not one box, I guess. Well, maybe it was one box. There were a couple of rounds. It looked like it had taken on some moisture or something. And I had a kind of a dud in there, pushed a bullet down the barrel a little ways and almost ended up in me firing a bullet behind it. But I was smart enough to catch it and avoid the situation. But other than that, I've had no problems really. So certainly I've probably had more failures to fire out of American-made ammo than I have Russian, I bet now. And that's, I bet I shot more Russian in my life than I have U.S. ammo. So anyhow, just a thought out there. Let's see what else is going on. So yeah, Joe noticed the furniture on the Sam 5. Let's see. Dan Dude put a Arsenal railed handguard and a Bulgarian stock on his Sam 5. Looks awesome. Cool. Just picked up a Factory 39 Vepr folder. Awesome. That is a great rifle. I love my Veprs. And frankly, I don't shoot them enough lately. We got a video I got to put out on those Veprs. It's a follow-up on our favorite AK series. Man, those are such nice guns. You know, I don't know if it goes back to my first AK being a Yugo M70 underfolder and having the bulge trunnions, the thicker barrel, the thicker receiver, and just being used to that weight. Not so much the weight, but the feel of the gun and the sound of the gun from when you rack it and everything. You rack a Wasser, or for that matter, any 1mm stamp gun, and they sound kind of hollow, clangy, whatever. And those guns seem solid. And the Vepr just reminds me of it. So I think that's why it's one of my favorites. They're so smooth, so well built. Just they got a little heft to them, and they sound solid. Probably my favorite rifle. I've told you guys before, I prefer stamped guns to milled guns. Not necessarily, and that's not saying I don't like milled guns or that they're better or worse. It's just I prefer a stamped gun. I like the looks of them. And I've got stamped guns that are as smooth or smoother than a milled gun, my M70 being one of them. And Veprs. Veprs are unbelievable. The folder on that Vepr is just a wonderful rifle all the way around. You can't go wrong there. I'm glad you got one. Enjoy it. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. What is going on? Why can't I move this? Getting used to this new computer, guys. I hope it looks good for you. Let's see. I heard great news about Palmetto. Yep. Steel case. I'm sure they'll put 9 out too. Keep stocking the steel by 39. It's still plentiful and cheaper. It is. And keep stocking it. You know, yeah, it's more expensive than it was, but hey, what are you going to do? Keep putting it away. It's cost averaging. I tell you guys every week. You know, unless something's way out of whack, keep stacking. You cost average it. You know, yeah, I was buying cases back at $168, and now I cost average that with one that's $400. And what's it end up costing me? The median of them all. So keep stocking. Just remember that little twinge of fear you feel every time you flick on a video or a blog or something and you hear about something being banned or some panic or something, and you put it off for a week. You were running low and you kept meaning to order and you didn't, and you go, damn, and the price went sky high, right? Remember that feeling. Keep stocking it regardless. Price up, price down. Keep stocking it. Do what you can. If you can't afford 1,000 rounds, buy 500 rounds. Today, I walked in a store, and my Tavor in 5.56 and my Sam 5, for that matter, in 5.56, and that set me. They tear up the brass cases. They dent them, huge dents. It's a shame because it makes it unreloadable. So I like shooting steel through those 3 guns. And lo and behold, I walk in and they got Tula 223 steel for $8 a box. So I bought 4 boxes, and I got to the register and I thought, I should have bought double that, So we're going to take everything out tomorrow, and we're going to shoot up that steel case and bring you a video on it. But grab it while you can, whatever you can. I don't know if you already discussed this, but what are your thoughts about Palmetto State Armory Easter Block Camo? I think it's great. I think they're at least help to fill it. And it's exactly what we thought would happen. So it's awesome. Their timing is going to be right there with when these last of the Form 6s run out, and should be good. it'll be interesting to see where the price kind of settles in at. We really haven't seen a settling of that price for 7.62 yet. Little bit on the bulk suppliers, but I haven't seen much of 7.62 steel case in the stores and gun shops. So I can't really tell you on that, but it'll be interesting to see where it settles now and where it settles when some of these other manufacturers jump in. Let's see. I just picked up the Vepper. Who else is in here? Tommy, MZ. Wish I could find a Sam 5. Sam 5, go right to KVAR. Check KVAR. That's the best place. I've been hunting before my dad and I stuff. Let's see. Anything else good here? How is your Vepper? I hope it's good. Did you find the Sam 5? Where did you find the Sam 5 furniture? I don't know if he's talking about mine or someone else's. Mine's not necessarily Sam 5 furniture. It's just milled furniture. For a 7.62 by 39 Crink, which would you get? SLR 107 51 or Sam 7K44? Sam 7K44 all the way. I've got one. Check out my videos on it. It's awesome. We got to break that gun out a little more and do some more shooting, huh? Just what a great gun, the way it's set up. We've got that CNC Warrior stock on it, 4-piece Bulgarian flash hider. We've got the rear biased RS Regulate optic mount with a red dot. What else is on that gun? Oh, I put the original Arsenal handguard with the flashlight built in it. I feel like I'm missing something. Anyhow, what a great gun. And boy, am I glad I did it when I did it. First of all, the pistol was cheap. I got one of the last ones before they went out of stock before this new batch came in. And why don't you guys take a look at what original Bulgarian 4-piece flash hiders are going for? I paid, I think, $75, $85, $95 for it direct from KVAR. And I can easily get $300 to $400 for it right now. That's what they're going for from KVAR, auctioning them on Gunbro. What parts are doing, and it's just flabbergasts me. But what a fun gun! And that 4-piece flash hider, you know, flash out of those, and that's a gun that's shooting fireballs without it. CNC Warrior makes a nice one. A copy. It's chrome lined like the original, everything. Very inexpensive, comparatively speaking, to the original. But check them out if you want to, if you're going to put a Crink together. I see a trend, I don't know, last 6 months, a year, of guys putting 4-piece flash hiders on full-length rifles, 16-inch barrel rifles. Guys, keep one thing in mind. Those were meant to increase back pressure to cycle these short guns. So when you're putting them on a full-length rifle, you're bumping that pressure way up. Your gun gets dirtier. You'll get even some blowback sometimes out of the top cover, around the top cover, in your eyes, burning your eyes. As far as good for the gun, I don't know. I mean, AKs are overgassed to begin with, so now you throw that on there. I agree, they look really cool. No problem, but not necessarily the best way to go, I guess, unless you're having troubles with a gun cycling, but you shouldn't have gas issues on an AK unless maybe you put it together and maybe you don't have your gas port completely lined up or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Haven't shot the Vepper yet. Just got it today. Did you find a brand new one? Was it brand new? As smooth as my Krebs and my Sams. Isn't it? It's amazing. I tell guys all the time, until you cycle, run, shoot a a Russian AK, a real Russian. Some kit guns, even if they're built right, but I mean a Russian gun, a Sega, some Vepr. You don't, and it's hard to qualify or put into words what's different about it, but they're just different. Maybe the measurements are a little more to spec. Maybe the tooling they use to put it together, maybe the know-how of the guys in the factory. But the guns just work better, easier, smoother, everything. It's amazing. Am I right? You probably noticed it right away in that Vepr. Just something I've noticed. I don't know, and I don't think it's in my head. I've I can go back to those guns time after time and just rack that bolt and go, wow, the feel, the fitment, everything just seems a touch above. So, and I gave you my answer on the crank. Will last much longer. Forget about lasting much longer. Your stamp gun will last just as long. It'll outlast you. But the stamp version is so much closer to the AK-74U. Look, with the wood, milled looks off. My crank, I call it my crank, my Sam 744. I put that flashlight handguard on it, and it's cool. I thought it was cool at the time because they're kind of hard to get. They're rare. They're expensive. They're different. You don't see them too often. But it's a good look, but I keep wood around just because I think the wood is so classic on it. And I've got a set that's kind of beat up. I want to get a nice Russian set for it. That's one thing I do plan on doing. I think it's just such a great look on that gun. So, some guns deserve to be put certain ways. Like to me, a Sam 7 should have Bakelite on it. Just should. A Yugo M70 should have, factory military wood, in my opinion. It's just the way it looks. Although I like the Z-Paps the way they come. It's different, maybe because they already have an OPAP and different stuff, but you just get a mind's eye picture, and it's yours. It's not my opinion, it's your opinion. Everybody has a different view of a certain gun, how they like it, what they think the norm should be, or how it looks best, and use that. It's your gun. Make it your gun. You don't have to jive with everything you see on Instagram, all these pictures. Isn't it amazing that you'll see some influencer come out and here's a picture of let's say a triangle stock stamped gun, whatever, and it looks a certain way, or it has a certain flash hider or a certain forend or whatever. And for the next 6 months, that's all you see everybody building and posting pictures of. Guys, make it your own. Be the influencer. It's at the end of the day, it's your money, your gun, and what you think. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? I have an idea of how I think certain guns should look, and that's what I do. And I've made some mistakes along the way. I've got a RPK handguard, and I kind of hacked up a Russian stock off a stamped gun to fit my Vepr, because of the wider receiver. It doesn't fit quite right, so I sanded it down to meet it and everything. And I thought when I was doing it, this is going to be so cool. It's going to look, such and such a way. And now I look at it and I'm like, maybe that gun should really go back to polymer. I don't know. It's just maybe I'm not happy with the stock job on it. I don't know. Or maybe the cool look I'm kind of thinking now on my Vepr fixed stock would be the RPK handguard and an RPK stock, the paddle stock. I've seen a couple of those. It's like a shorty RPK kind of a cool look. And with that big paddle RPK stock, when you refinish those things nicely and they're sanded and you got that big slab with all the laminated layers, they can come out just gorgeous. Take a look at my videos on the Romanian RPK that I did the wood on. It's a video about refinishing it. And look at the before and after pictures on that thing. Incredible. Talk about changing the look of a gun, man. Really cool. I don't know how we got on this, but it's kind of a cool subject, I think, when it comes to AKs. Let's see here. Matches his Vepr 12 folder bookends. Yeah, I got the same deal going. I'll shoot the hell out of steel case, but my Boog ammo is all NATO stuff. I get it. I have a SAM 44 with a CNC Warrior brace, and it shoots sweet. Yeah, they do. They're really nice. That was Tommy Gun. Same SAM 44 setup. Yep, awesome. Joe, it upsets me when companies do that. See prices and cause. Yep, you're right. For me, AK was a simple time and a happier time. Yeah, it was. It was. It was a lot different, wasn't it? Recently, too. Appreciate it. And yes, wood is awesome. Todd Ingram's in here. Does anyone know where I can get stock brace for SAM 7K with 1913 butt plate? Check out CNC Warriors, all I'll tell you. And that 1913 butt plate comes off one bolt. It's there's a hole in the back of the receiver, and that whole little mechanism on there bolts to the back. So you unbolt it, and they make one specifically for that SAM 7. They do make one too, I think, that can attach to that pick rail, but you're better off taking it off. Any other questions real quick, and then we'll get into stuff. Have you shot any of the 39 CZ Brens? I went down a rabbit hole with them. Funny you mentioned that. I've looked at them, and they're cool guns, and as I was kind of getting into them and researching them, the Bren 2 came around, and frankly, I don't know which I like better. I guess the Bren 2 is kind of cool. And then you go, well, do I do the rifle or do I do the pistol? I don't know on that one. I'd like to have one. I don't know what caliber I'd do it in, though. Let's do a quick poll here. Anybody throw in your answer there. If you were going to do a Bren 2, would you do the pistol? Would you do the rifle? And what caliber? 5.56 or 7.62 by 39? That's a good question, because really, which direction I'd go, I really don't. Yeah, good question. Itch, a real bad itch right now for an HK, and I'm kicking that around a lot. MP5. That's what I'm kicking around right now, guys. And then it's then I got to put some time and money into suppressors. That's the direction we're going next. I think I'll get a 9 first, either a 9 or a 10 for the AKs first. I don't know which one. I got to think about that. I just think the can for the 9's so cool. We'll see. We'll see what direction we're going. I haven't had a lot of time these last couple of weeks to stop at any of the shops I normally go to. I don't know if my guys are in here or not. They're probably missing me over there. Well, they're not missing me. They're missing my money. That's all. But we've been saving up because, boy, oh boy, we broke the bank not too long ago. What else is in there? I do 5.56 because of ammo right now. Yeah, but Pistol 5.56 only because heard the 7.62 by 39 has feeding issues. Really? I'll read through these comments, guys, later. They're really hard for me to see on this new computer. I don't know if I can make them any damn bigger. And I'm in the wrong chat. I'm in top chat instead of live chat, so I'm not seeing all your comments. Keep in mind, guys, you guys can throw super chats in there, stickers, all that stuff. Help out the channel. Help us keep some of the cool stuff coming to you. It's always appreciated. We're getting a gallery going on our website. We have a very, very basic website up right now. And our next project is to kind of build a gallery of some cool pictures in there. And if you guys email me some pictures of your stuff, I'll start posting them on there. And we'll kind of build something on there. I'm going to see if I can't get like a chat or a forum in there a little bit. Really got to start playing with that. But it'll be a cool place to come hang out. If for now we've got Rockford Ordnance over on Facebook, you can check that out. I'd really like to get that going, and I think that's a good place to come from here, from these live chats over there, to ask questions, show some of your stuff, whatever, join in, share what you got, what you're doing, projects, this and that, and we'll be happy to feature your stuff on our channel, on our Facebook, and on the gallery on the website. So feel free to share. So let's talk about the video that's going to be coming out tonight. One coming out tonight, and then we'll have another one coming to you tomorrow. Tonight's, it might sound kind of boring. I think I alluded to it in our last live chat. It had to do with one of our concealed carry pistols. So we were at the range, and I pulled out a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380, an original one from way back in the day when they first came out. Matter of fact, you couldn't get them back then. List was 300 and something. I think I paid expensive money for it back then. And it's got the laser and all. It's not my main concealed carry, but I consider it like a summer gun. When you got cargo shorts on, whatever, you can toss it in a pocket. You don't have to have a holster and everything, although I do put it in a little slide sticky holster. And pull it and squeeze the trigger, pop, 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 and nothing. I thought, what the heck? I looked, the primers aren't dented. Turns out the firing pin was broken. And I thought, what the heck? I mean, I kind of thought, well, it's probably dry firing, but yeah, I've dry fired it, but not a ton. I mean, I wouldn't even consider it even more than a little. But I had actually found a piece of metal right down here in the carpet one night. I thought, what the heck is that? When I saw the broken firing pin, it dawned on me that was the piece of it. So it broke right where the little firing pin interrupter goes through to keep it in case you drop it or something. It won't let the firing pin go forward and set it off. So it's thinner there where the cut is notched out, and it broke right there. So we ordered the part, I put it in, and we did a video talking about that and putting that firing pin in and then shooting it afterwards. But the big takeaway from it is that I don't know how long that thing had been broken. Now, I'm guessing by when I found that, maybe a couple weeks. But here I am carrying that gun for a couple weeks. And what if something had happened in that period where I went to pull that pistol and use it in defense of my life or my family's life, and something's going down and I pull the trigger and it goes click? That would be the scariest moment in your life. And I thought, man, that hit home. If you're one of these guys that loads up a magazine full of your carry ammo and you carry that gun day in and day out, and it's been the same ammo in there for 2 years, and it's full of lint and all that, and you haven't shot it in God knows how long, that gun should be fired every time you go to the range or more. I mean, it should. I had no idea, no idea. And thank God we ran it through its repertoire and found the problem. Very, very scary. Crazy things can happen. Had a guy bought a friend of mine. His brother bought a Sig Sauer P320, but their badass edition, the Warrior, or whatever the heck it is, their race gun edition. Bought it used and fired it, and he couldn't get it to run more than one round. Well, his brother came over and looked at it and said, "Well, yeah, jackass, your extractor's missing," and he didn't even notice it. There's a big hole in the side of the gun, didn't even notice it. You never know. And what happens when you need that gun? That's a scary moment. Just make sure you're checking them. If you're carrying them every day, be shooting them once a week, once every 2 weeks. Going through them, checking things over. Make sure it's easy to pull the slide off. Hit that little release and push the pin out. Make sure it's hitting. Make sure it's clean. Make sure your ammo's up to spec. And not get yourself in trouble. That would be a horrible, horrible thing. Anyhow, so a little video on that. And it's, that's a gun that's been around a long time. It might not be sexy. It might not be something you see a lot, but it's more the idea of how it all went down. And there's some interesting things in how that gun comes down. What a bad design, in my opinion, of how it comes down. You'll see in the video. But pain in the rear. Also, the long trigger pull on that thing. Now, it's a belly gun, but by that I mean 5 feet. You're not aiming. It is what it is. And frankly, I'm a little shocked with Smith & Wesson and a firing pin breaking like that. That's kind of shocking to me. Here's a gun I trust, and something like that happens. Failure, shouldn't have happened. By the same token, that I almost think that 380 shouldn't happen. I was shooting a plate rack. Oh my God! It was the boom, ping, and the plate goes. And one plate it wouldn't even take down. You'll see it in the video. It's just anemic. I mean, my God. Yeah, backup gun. Like I said, summer gun in a pinch. But if a 380 is your main carry, you better rethink your choices. That's all I'm going to tell you. Yeah, ammo's gotten better. Yeah, well, you can get faster, better rounds. You can load rounds, whatever. Man, I don't know. I mean, I went from 45 to 40 to 9, and I'm shooting 9 now mostly. And they got that 380 for backup. I ain't going smaller than 9, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. Anyhow, so that video will be coming out. We'll do a little the premiere, and we can all watch it together. And then, again, it's just a little time to hang out. And then we're going to have some videos coming out Sundays. This Sunday on our AK. I think I'll do a premiere on that too. I like it. If you guys happen to see it or get notification, jump in. There's a chat on the side just like this. And it's kind of like doing live streams when we could touch guns, back when we could do it. And it's kind of neat. It's a different feeling. A couple guys said, wait, how's he doing a live stream and showing guns and then they're not shutting it down? Well, because it's not a live stream, it's a video, but it feels like a stream because it is kind of, but what you're seeing is recorded. So kind of cool. Anyways, check it out. Let's see. Joe loves guns because guns are freedom, and I'm hoping more and more every day. One more question. How can I tell if my pistol has an upgraded ALG trigger? Any and all aftermarket furniture. ALG, then triggers, and on tiny little letters behind the trigger, it'll say ALG. If it's a silverish color trigger, it's probably for sure an ALG. They're UL. If it's black, it'll say that. It's got a flatter face too. Check out my ALG trigger video and you'll be able to see right away. That's the best way to tell you on that. Never use anything other than premium ammo, and I cycle it out. Yeah, and your Conceal carries, you have to, guys. Glock 42 is small, slim carry option, very tiny. My everyday is my 365. Same deal. It works great. Just summer, you're always looking for something a little different, a little smaller, because you're wearing shorts and that kind of thing. So not a big deal. Another thing I wanted to bring up, and it's going on, right? Every day, all kinds of stuff eating away, making you feel, we dropped like 5 viewers. It's not really political, and that's why I'll just stay in. But I talked to an old friend today. He's from Russia. Known him a long, long time. We worked together side by side for years. He came over. He escaped communism in Russia. I can't remember what country he was in. And I'm talking about 2 different Russian guys here, actually. But when he got out of Russia and he was in this other country, I keep wanting to say France, but I'm not sure. Him and his wife walked into a store, a corner store, grocery store, something. When they walked in, he said they just stopped and they were looking around like this, just looking. And I thought, well, maybe they saw some luxury goods or something like that. And he said he was just incredulous. He couldn't even find the words, and he may have even teared up. I said, well, what was it? What were you looking at? What was so amazing? And he said it was the absolute sheer overwhelming amount of fruits and vegetables in this one market or store. He said he saw fruits there that he had never seen before, and common strawberries. He's like, I think it was strawberries. It's some common fruit. And he's like, oh my God, what are those? And they had no idea that some of this stuff existed, let alone that it was so readily available. And it was just crossing a border. They had never seen it, never heard of it. They were told that, the cost of such things and that they were so lavish. And he was shocked that the everyday man could just walk in and buy as much of it as they wanted. And in the stores where he would shop in Russia, they were lucky to have a few whatever pieces of fruit or whatever. He was just shocked at the absolute overwhelming amount of goods that there were to buy. And it was only then that he realized just what a lie the whole thing had been. And like his whole world changed. And while he felt really good about it, he felt really upset and like robbed of something, that everything he had been told, everything he had thought he knew was just a lie. And that outside of that communist nation, this rest of this world was going on. And it's these people that have lived through that, through those regimes, those governments, those tyrannical forces that are here now, that have made it to the States, that they fought so hard to get here and to get their family here and to be safe and to have freedom for their family and themselves. Those are the people that need to speak to everyone and anyone they can about what's going on. And I've brought up to him, another Bulgarian friend of mine. I start the sentence off. I say, everything we hear and see on the news and what they're pushing and the stuff in the schools and everything else, you guys have heard, and they stopped me and they finished the sentence. We've heard it before. Verbatim, almost every word of it. And they know what the last chapter is and how it ends. And it's not good. You know, you can vote your way into socialism, but most of the time you have to shoot your way out. That's a famous saying, and it's the God's honest truth. And these are the people that have gotten out of those situations, out of those countries, whether it be Cuba, Venezuela, Russia, East Germany, all these countries. They are the ones that need to speak up and tell their friends, their family, young people, anyone that will listen or not listen, what reality is and where they know this is going by the rhetoric and the speech and the things they hear and see every day on the news and from our politicians. They need to get out there and let these people know that, hey, here I am in the flesh. I lived it. This isn't me. This isn't Fox News. This isn't somebody telling you. I was there. I lived it. Grab them by the shirt collar and say, believe me when I tell you, this is where it's going. This is not good. They're not telling you the truth. It's not what it is. It's not a solution. It's never worked anywhere. And it's only ended one way, in death and genocide, every single time. Every time. Look, it's God's honest truth. In my opinion, it's how it is. Make sure you guys, if you're one of those people that God bless you for what you've been through and what you've seen and what you did and how you helped yourself and your family. Yeah, if you've been through that, be that person that speaks up. It's much easier to speak up now and maybe pay a small price of being canceled by someone. And if they cancel you, you probably don't give a shit anyways. Who cares? But it's a much smaller price to pay than what we have to pay down the road when it's gotten even further. Think about that. It could literally save lives, literally. So make sure you're getting your opinion out there. I'm to the point now, guys, where I look for those conversations. And I look to back them up with fact. And hey, they're loud and they have no shame when telling the story. They have no shame when shaming me about a vaccination or a mask or my beliefs or what my hobbies are or anything. They have no problem shaming me. Well, I'm done. You're not going to shame me. Not going to. I'm going to let you know the same way you let me know, right? It's time to speak up. At the end of, you shouldn't talk about politics and you shouldn't talk about religion. Well, that's over, guys. They talk about it all the time. Don't be embarrassed. Don't think you're out of line. Confront it and be just as outgoing and forthcoming as they are, if not more. It's the only way you're going to put an end to it. God bless these people that are speaking out against at these school meetings and all. And they're calling them terrorists, right? Well, God bless these people that are getting out there and standing up for their children, standing up for our country, and standing up for the way of life and what we believe and how we feel. This is my country. This is my country, and it's not gone away. It's still here, and we'll fight to keep it. We will do everything in our power to keep it. Keep in mind when you feel that maybe you're the only one out there, that it's just you against the world, that you watch things and you read and you think, oh my God, this world's going to hell in a handbasket. You're not alone. You're not alone. There's a ton of us out there, and we all feel the same way. But it's that silent majority. Don't feel that way. And it's time to not be silent anymore, but to be the majority we are. So make sure you're getting out there and doing your part. At the end of the day, you can write politicians, you can email, you can do all those things. You can go to rallies, and that's all good stuff, all real good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's you and I getting out there and spreading the word. We're the force. We're the people that people can believe in. And when you spread that good news and you show that courage, because sometimes it takes courage, right, to get out there and say it. You think, well, here, look, I'm on a public platform. Who knows, the way things go 5 years from now, I'll be on a list to be lost somewhere. But there's always a risk to anything you do. But when you show the courage and you get out there and you do it, that courage breeds, and it helps other people to have the courage to do things and to stand up for what's right. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you stand up for your beliefs every day, whatever they are, whatever they are. You know, I may not agree with your beliefs, but like they always say, I'll fight to the death to defend them for you. That's what we're here to do. That's what our Constitution says, right? And that's the law of the land. And anybody that makes a law that goes against it is an illegal law. It doesn't exist if it goes against the Constitution. So make sure you have your word stronger than theirs. That's all I'm going to tell you. Enough of that. So what else do we got going on? Well, I'm a little bit disappointed. We got out and I was shooting my DMR AR-15, 20-inch barrel, really nice scope on it and everything. And we were shooting at 200, and I was shooting like, oh God, 4-inch groups, 6-inch groups with it. And that's what my hand loads. I was shooting 75 grain bullets, and I shot some 55 grain, and they both shot about the same. And I just can't seem to get it out of my head that rifle should be so much tighter. And I don't know what the issue is with it. I'm ready to tear the thing down and just go through it a little bit and retorque the barrel and everything else I can think of. It's all quality parts, all put together by me really well. But I just can't get the thing to group. You ever have a rifle like that? To me, that should be 2-inch groups, no problem with this thing. Very expensive glass on it. I'll bring you a video on that if I can put that together tomorrow too. We've also got a video coming out on our NPAP. I got my hands on one of Zestava's side mounts, and we're testing that out. I've been running that quite a bit. It's really a nice mount. I'll go through it in a video, but when you slide it on, it almost feels like it should go further, but it's there all the way. The lever is really smooth, really nice, locks up super tight, easy to adjust, solid piece, super low to the top cover. We've got a Holosun 407 or 403 on there. Just a inexpensive red dot, and God, it's shooting great at 200 yards. It's plopping them right in there. Again, it's not, a group like this at 200 yards, but it's a group like this. And hey, with whatever it is, 1 MOA or 2 MOA red dot, not bad. One little tip when you guys are running those red dots, I know it's very tempting when you're outside on a sunny day to crank that red dot way up bright, but it may be fine if you're shooting 25, 50 yards, goofing around, whatever. But if you're trying to get any distance on that thing, first of all, you got no magnification, right? Second of all, 200 yards, you put that red dot on there, and it's as wide as a full-size torso target. And you can't be very accurate. Sure, you'll be on paper. You put the red dot in between the arms or the sides of the target, and it covers from side to side. And you say, well, I'm going to hit it. Sure, you hit it. But do you want to shrink that group down? Drop that brightness down to where you barely see it, or maybe one click above that. And that dot goes down to, whatever the advertised MOA is on it. But let's say 1, but it looks so much smaller on that 200-yard target, and you can refine your shot placement, and your groups will shrink right up. So make sure you're doing that. Even at 100 yards, they'll shrink way up for you. And you don't need magnification to reach out to 200. Even with these old eyes, and let me tell you, my eyes in the last 6 months or a year have gone to hell. I mean, literally terrible, terrible, terrible. I got to do something about it because I can't read the side chat here right now. It's terrible, but really helps, really shrinks it down. So make sure you're doing that. Let me look in the chat here. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, absolutely. Friggin' Brandon. What a friggin' joke, ain't it? Let's see. Do. 14. I'm just reading through here real quick, guys, and we'll cover a few of them. Trying to find something interesting here. Okay, there's the trigger one we went over. I never use anything other than premium ammo we went over. Slav guns on YouTube came from Russia too. People are so quick to vote their rights away. Thoughts on digital COVID passports? Yeah, stick them. You know, at the end of the day, the only way to save this whole thing, guys, is mass non-compliance. Not complying with it. That's the end of the story. They want to come take them. They're not going to take them. They're not going to. Tell yourself right now, no. Because when the push comes to shove, you watch how many just gleefully answer. Not going to happen, guys. Mass non-compliance. From here on out, not one more inch, not one more. That's what everybody's pushing. And it's whether it's magazines, anything, nothing, not anything more. And you draw your line in the sand, whatever that line is, and stick to it. May cost you something, may cost you a lot, but you better think long and hard about it and decide what it's going to be. My new Zastava M92 at range today. Hung a Hulse on 510C. Awesome. Nice optic on it for a 10.5 barrel shot, sub 1 inch at 25 yards. Very surprised at excellent accuracy. M92 at 25 yards. You got to get it out there a bit. Sub MOA at 25 yards is a 1/4 inch, right? Or yeah. So that gun should be shooting a 1/4 inch. So essentially, all your holes should be in one if it's sub MOA at 25 yards. Because at 100 yards, it's 1 inch, right? So bring it in from there. MOA at 25 yards, I guess, would be a 1/4 inch. Well, a 7.62, 7.62 bullet is a 1/4 inch more than. So but they better all be through one hole if that's the case. So you might want to stretch it out a bit and see what it's really doing. He hates AKs, won't loan him one. Who's that? Good evening from Michigan. We'll work for guns. Me too. I work for guns every day. Awesome. Very good. He will break out in hives. How do you like that 92? Those Zastava 92s are nice. Very nice gun. I shot one with Zastava. Awesome gun. I need a 5.56 AK, preferably that takes PMags. Will a Norinco 5.56 AK take other than 5.56 AK mags? No, I don't believe so. That's about it in the chat there. All right. So, yeah, we were shooting that DMR rifle, just not happy with it. And don't know what's going on there. I told you we were shooting the ZPAP at 200. Very impressed with that at 200. What else was I? Our I know it's an AK channel, but our go-to, my fighting rifle, my 14.5 inch AR, welded and pinned. That's my go-to fighting rifle. I I got to bring you a video on that gun. I got to bring you a video on it. It's really nice. I love it. And that's not saying my fighting rifle wouldn't be an AK. It just happens to be my AR that if I'm taking the AR that day into the fight, this is the rifle. And I've got an EOTech on that. No magnifier. And we're pounding them really nice at 200 with that gun. That's about as far out as you're going with that, without a scope or a magnifier. Maybe 300 tops, but 200 was not an issue. I'm going to bring you a video on that gun, how we run it, everything, all the whys and hows about every decision made on that rifle. And we're going to compare it to my fighting rifle in my AKs, which is my Krebs gun. Well, there's two. There's a Krebs and then there's a SLR 107. Two fighting rifles. One because it's so damn phenomenal, and the other because it's phenomenal in light. And we'll bring you that. We're going to start breaking out a lot of stuff you guys haven't seen in a while, our RPKs. We're going to do some shooting there and doing some shooting at distance too. Bringing those suckers out. So look forward to a big AK day on Sunday, both videos dropping and some shooting we're going to be out doing. Hope you like this new setup. This Mac is awesome. I think the picture looks better than usual. Hopefully the sound is better than usual. Everything about it, I think it's doing really, really well. So hope you like it. That's all. How long have we been on here? Little over an hour. When I do end this stream, I'm going to need 20 minutes or so to set the premiere for the new video. So I just got to finish a few things up. It'll take me 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, and then I'll set the premiere. So for about a half hour after the video or after this live stream ends, you'll get a notification about the premiere, or go to my channel and look for that premiere and join in, and you can join in the chat, and it'll be really. Anything else going on out there, guys, that you guys saw this week that you'd like me to chat about here, or questions to answer? Anything going on? I know you guys mentioned the Bren, and that's interesting. Very interesting. I've been doing a lot more work too with that SetMe. That thing really intrigues me. That roller lock setup is just slick. And that's what's got me moving toward this MP5. So it'll be, I don't know what's coming down the pipe next year. I got some decisions to make, and I've been putting a lot of thought into them. But I'm always willing to take some input from you guys. Let's see. I've built 3 14-inch PWs using cold silicone barrels. Very accurate. Nice. Good to have you here, Alan. Got Alan Bishop in the house. Got Jay Trinidad in here. We need an M21 or an M70 AB2 underfolder. You need one, or you want to see a video on one? M70 AB2 underfolders, I just love. Say what you want about them. Great guns, and I love them. Matter of fact, man, I'm going to bring there's so many I want to bring out to the range tomorrow. I'm going to have to load the truck down and go. As the thing is, you never get anything accomplished video-wise. You're just shooting, and having a blast. Sometimes you need days like that. That's why I need a cameraman, somebody that can just film while I'm shooting, having fun, doing my stuff. Let's see. I emailed Zastava last year and recommended they import a ZPAP underfolder. Guys, if they brought, I'm almost, you know what? I'm going to call them and ask them. I've got some contacts there. I hope they bring out a ZPAP underfolder again, because I would love, because back in the day, they had an NPAP underfolder, and that was a 1 millimeter stock, or 1 millimeter receiver and essentially an underfolder, but 1 millimeter. And yeah, okay. I always thought maybe I'll buy one. I never did. But man, if they came out with the Z-Pap in it, with the chrome line barrel and the heavy barrel, the 1.5 inch millimeter receiver, and the bulge trunnions, hell yeah, factory built Zastava underfolder, I am in, because unlike most people, I love underfolders. I love them, love them, love them. And you guys keep asking me for a video on my braiding on there, and I haven't done it simply because I got to retrain myself. Every time I go to do a bunch of those things or make some slings, I got to kind of retrain myself for about a half an hour, and then I'm going at it, and I end up making 3 or 4 in the night and being up till 4 in the morning. But what are you going to do? I got to do it. But yeah, I'd be so in for an underfolder Zastava. Yeah, I'd be first on the list, man. I'd be beating down their door for that gun. Yeah, call them, man. Put the word in. Enough of us asked for them. I'll bet you it's already in the works. You want to bet? I don't know why they wouldn't. Why wouldn't they? That'd be a great gun to bring in. Let's see. Who made the best AKs? And please don't say Century Arms, aka CV9, aka. Yeah, no. Oh, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. No, Century by no means did, but they did. The one thing Century did right was that those M70 AB2 kits, they built some nice stuff there. Well, they didn't build them to begin with. They subbed them, but God, best AK, that's like saying which one's your best kid or your favorite kid, you know? So many good ones. Here, I got a series going right now, my top 5 favorites. I got 2 of them out. I got 3 more to do. And I had the 3rd one done. I'm not happy with it, but the 3rd one's going to be Vepers. So I got Vepers. I've got my Yugo guns, and you'll see what the rest are. But I love them all for different reasons. I really do. It's so hard to pick. So hard to pick. Let's see what else here before we close this out. We got some time. Let's just see where this thing goes. 7.5 AB on a Banshee lower and PBS dead air Wolverine. Yeah, I gotta love those dead airs. That's what we're gonna go on the AK silencer. So a bunch of ammo. Too bad. Fire $20 a box for 9. I was paying. I got some Federal for $17.99 a box. Saw some today. $35 for a 100-round box of Winchester white box. Saw that today. Bought some. What about a Galil Ace 5.56? Anyone? Wonderful gun. Great gun. That Galil Ace. I don't consider it an AK, and a lot of you guys will, but in the true sense, I don't. Is it a spinoff or a reiteration, or not reiteration? In the spirit of, sure, but it's not a true AK, but fabulous, fabulous rifle. Fabulous rifle. Too bad they don't make M76 anymore. Was about 2 clicks from getting a Zastava, but I heard people have been getting lemons as of late. I think I'm going to hold up for a bit. Lemons, how? I am Zastava. Everybody makes a lemon now and then. It's hard to go wrong with that Zastava for the money. For the money. I put out a video, best AK, and it was the Z-Pap, right? But for that whole video, also took into perspective the cost. So for the money right now, I still think that Z-Pap's a hell of a deal and a great rifle. They're beautifully made, really well crafted, well put together. Don't worry about, if you want a Z-Pap, just get one. Quit worrying about all the banter out there. Yeah, Zastava is crushing the Wasser. Think about it, guys. Wassers aren't even really out there all that much. They were everywhere. And now you're seeing them with polymer furniture. Probably they can't keep up with the wood. Centuries probably having problems supply line. There's 10 Z-Paps out there for every wasser that's out there. It's got to be hurting Century. Got to be hurting them. Boy, Century dropped the ball on Zastava. They treated him like a second-class citizen compared to the Romanian guns, and now look what's happening. And flat out, I'll tell it to anybody that says, and this is no shot to you Wasser guys. Wassers are good rifles, but the M70 crushes the Wasser hands down, period. Oh boy, watch it fly now. He said it. He said it. It beats the Wasser. Holy shit. He said it. Blasphemy, right? I'm not saying the Wasser's bad. All I'm saying is it's a whole nother step up. Quality, everything. Can't beat it. I hate these cigarettes today. You light them and they go out on their own. Sorry, guys. It's been an hour and a half. I got to have a cigarette. Zastava is awesome gun. I looked one over and there's another stimulus. There's another stimulus coming out. I have 3 old school Galils. Nice. But I'm glad I got rid of them. Romania still has military contracts, probably has something to do. Yeah, they might be filling some stuff. Who knows? They build a great gun. They build a great RPK. Closest thing to a Russian RPK. It is a Russian RPK for all intents and purposes. They build nice guns. I still want to get a Wasser, a base Wasser, because mine's, the old one when they were really put together like crap. Mine's all twisted up. It runs like crazy, but you look at it, nothing's straight. The stock's this way, the pistol grip's that way. But it runs and the sights are centered and it shoots. Maybe we have a Wasser day too. Man, haven't done that in forever. I don't know if I just bring a what. I couldn't imagine just walking to the range with just a Wasser, being like, I'm here with my Wasser. But maybe that's what I need to do, really run that thing like I used to in the old days. M90 or SAM 5? Oh man, that M91 actually is a nice rifle. Like the adjustable gas on it. I was watching a Rob Ski video, and he had tossed the thing in a pond for a couple of days. When he pulled it out, it was having some problems running. He cranked the gas up to the second notch. It ran fine, but then he must not have got it locked in all the way, and it popped back to the first notch. It's got a longer barrel, and they do that for the ballistics. It's got a 18-inch barrel, is it? I think 18-inch barrel. Something tells me 17, but I'm pretty sure if I remember right, it's an 18-inch barrel. I got a video with Zastava. Sweet gun, really nice. Don't like the mags. They had a couple different mags there. They had a metal one. They had a nice polymer one, and they had the thinnest, cheapest polymer one you'd ever seen there. I don't think they shipped it with the cheapies. You know what? I got to shoot it some more. I really like this SAM, but like I said, I like stamped guns, and that is why I might lean toward the Zastava. I got a penchant for Yugo guns. What can I say? Nice gun, different things about it. I think it'll be. I can't say that. I'd like to compare the accuracy of the two. I got to give those guys a call and see if I can get my hands on one again to test a little bit. I haven't reached out to them since I went on the shoot. Maybe they'll reach out to me. If one of you guys are in here watching or something, please drop me a line. I'd like to hook up with you guys and do a little more testing. I tested their new red dot side mount, scope mount. Really nice stuff. I want to check out that handguard and a few other things. So much fun. Going to see some more Z-Pap stuff coming too. Milled Z-Pap would be awesome. Too bad the Zastava M91 costs so much. Yeah, they're not too bad in the grand scheme of things, Not too bad. Yeah, it does have something over the Z-Pap in weight, but I said at the beginning of this whole thing that part of the reason I like Vepers so much is they remind me of my first AK, and that's an M70. And the thicker receiver, the thicker barrel, the thicker trunnions, and that little bit extra weight. They just sound more solid, feel more solid. I like that. And the little bit extra weight is really not a big deal. As well, ounces equal pounds and pounds equal pain. Well, the next time you're humping, a 20-mile hike with one, let me know. Real world, will that ever happen? I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much. You don't notice it. Frankly, what I notice is when I go back to the thin receiver guns and all, then I notice the how light they feel, and just that extra weight sometimes helps you settle in nice, everything. So don't knock it. Hey, if you can, get one of each. They're all cool, right? Gotta have one of each. As many as you can. As many as you can. Enjoy them. Enjoy them and shoot them. Something to compete with the Arsenal Sam 7. Oh, God. What do I think competes with it? God, I wish I could grab this one right now sitting here, but I can't. I like SLR 107s a lot. I like that gun. I think, for that matter, I think the ZPAP can pretty much compete with it. I don't see a huge quality difference at all. Matter of fact, I'd say they're pretty close in quality. Zastava does some beautiful work on their parts. Look at a Zastava gas block. It's a work of art. It really is. Nicely finished, nicely polished, no machine marks, usually nice rivets and everything. Sam 7, the beautiful gun, the paint sucks. Terrible. Every Arsenal I own, I wish, or I want to take every one of them and Cerakote them. Every one of them. But in some of them, I feel like I'll kill the value of it. But do I really care? I don't know. I think I may Cerakote every one of them. That would be a huge step up. Dehorn them all and Cerakote them. That would be awesome. That would make an awesome gun and an awesome upgrade on every single Arsenal out there. Imported AKs won't be around forever. Grab them while you can. Great thought there, JL. Is it JL? I'm having a hard time seeing it. Yes, I'm going to tell you, there's some other good American-made guns out there. The AK USA, Kalashnikovs USA, beautiful guns, great guns. Palmetto State, really nice guns. They got their act together. But at the end of the day, like I said, the imports are going to go away. Happened with the ammo. I said it would, and bam, it did. The rifles are next. Trust me, it's happened with the Chinese. It's happened with the Russians. One day, you won't be able to get Bulgarians. You won't be able to get Romanians. You won't be able to get Yugoslavian. And that's all we got left, really, right? Get them while you can and get every version you want. And when they come out, don't put it off, because that's when they go away. You say, well, they just got a shipment of those. They'll be around for a while. Nope, all of a sudden it goes away. But I would be most excited right now if I could see any of the importers bring in a new gun. I would be most excited to see them bring in a ZPAP underfolder. That would really, really make me happy. That would be really cool. I'd immediately put on some factory or some military wood and a military sling and a military grip on it. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to switch to a military grip on my ZPAP. I hate those wood grips. They're too round. It's like holding on to a broomstick. Don't like them. It's the only thing I don't like about them. Military one looks good on there. That's what I'm going to go to. Anyhow, do you think parts kits might ever come in from Albania. Oh, God knows. I mean, how many, you got to think there's got to be enough there for an importer to make it worth his while. So we've seen some other Albanian guns. Weren't there a few SKSs running around? Not many. I think they're pretty rare. But I don't know. I don't know if we will or not. Crazier things have, hey, here's another one. And here's something I've neglected. Look at some of the Polish guns, man. The Foxes and the Barils. That's the direction I got to start thinking. Because I've kind of thought, well, I got all the AKs there are to have, the important ones, the ones I want. But there's a lot of Polish guns. I don't have any Polish guns. I got to really start looking that direction. So I think we'll do that. Yeah, for sure. Because they make beautiful stuff. God, really nice. So I'm going to look that direction too. All right, guys. I think we will wrap it up. And about a half an hour. Let's see. It's the hell time is it? Let's see. It is 9:30, 9:27. Figure that premiere will be somewhere around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, give or take 5-10 minutes. So be watching for it. We can jump back in here, and any questions I didn't get to, I'll get to on there. But I see real quick here, thoughts on Polish WBP. Great guns. Great guns. Get yourself one. You got a Brill. Yeah, I know he did. Speaking of that, there's a shoot coming up in Michigan. I think it's kind of by invite only with 2AEDU. And I got to answer him today, tomorrow. I think I'm going to do my darndest to be there. I think it'll be a blast to get together with him. Such a good guy. And meet any of you that may be invited to it. It'll be fun to get out and actually shoot and talk and see each other and let's talk about having some hot dogs and stuff. So we'll be able to bring you some good video from there too, I'm sure. Sounds like fun. I think I can get up there, visit my daughter, and stop in there. So it'll be cool. That's what we're planning, at least. Arms of America, WPP Fox 14. Yep. Nice stuff. That's, kind of right in line with what ZPAPs are going for, unless they've come down in the last couple of weeks. ZPAP said is not sure. Anyhow, guys, thanks for stopping in. Hey, it was a good showing tonight. If you haven't hit that like button, give us a thumbs up here real quick. We had over 20 here tonight for a little while, and we only got 16 thumbs up. So give us one if you can. Please remember the super chats and all if you can. That'd be great. Help out the channel a little bit, and we'd certainly appreciate it. Be watching for this premiere about a half an hour, and then tomorrow we're going to drop a couple later in the day, later in the evening. We'll drop something, AK goodies, a few things. So any questions, meet us over at the premiere in about half an hour, and I can finish some other questions. I'm going to make this chat a little bigger so I can actually read it instead of sitting here trying to look at it all day. You guys get a nice view of the side of my head. Anyhow, hope you liked it. Hope we covered a little bit. Again, it's about hanging out and talking. It's more or less talking about AKs. You guys bring up a subject and we talk. It's not about me throwing out my ideals. I'd rather talk about what you guys want to hear, what you guys have questions about, what you think is cool coming down the pipe. That's what I like to talk about. So feel free to jump in those chats, and that's going to be the same thing here over on the premiere. So we will see you over there about a half an hour. just want to check the time again here. It's 9:30, so right about 10 o'clock, give or take 10 minutes, depends how long. I got to finish uploading about 10% of it, which will take, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, and then I got to do a few other tweaky things to it. You'll see it hit. You may get a notification on it, you may not, so go to the channel and you'll see it drop and be in there. There's a countdown to it once the premiere hits, and you'll see, but give me a half hour, we'll be over there. Thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. This old man appreciates you guys coming over, hanging out with me, and having some good fun and talking with some like-minded people. So as always, Rockford Ordnance out. See you in a half hour, guys. Be there.